Hey folks, we are going to work on finishing our little holiday shoe. I love this cute little fabric. Isn't this fun? Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to set some eyelets. So what do you need to do? You're going to need an eyelet setting. Here's the arbor and the press. You're going to need a hole punch. We've got two different options for hole punches. I'll show you how these work. You're going to need your eyelets. We've got this nice fun blue color. You're going to need some kind of a pressing cutting mat. Also, I've got a hunk of steel here that I like to use when setting the eyelets, something that doesn't absorb all the energy. I've also got the pattern handy, and this is where we're going to start because we've got the upper made here, and we're all lined and the edges are finished. But we need to remark the position for the eyelets. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, remember, your pattern has left and right, inside and outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly look here and make sure that we've got the right piece. So this is the left shoe, and this is the outside. So we're going to basically get this pattern in place, and now we're gonna mark these holes. Now you could use an invisible marking pen. Because these are eyelet holes, I'm just going to use a Sharpie because we're actually going to punch this material away. So this makes it really easy to see what we're doing here. So make sure we got those holes marked. Okay, good. Now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark the other side. And you can see how this pattern has a nice curve on the bottom, and that's because it's the medial side of the shoe, or the inside. Okay, now let's go ahead and mark these locations. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we've got two tools we can use to punch these holes. I've got a standard punch here, and you want to make sure that you have a punch and you test it out on some scrap to make sure that the hole you punch is the correct size for the label for the eyelets. So I've already tested this one, so I know it's going to work. And I'm going to just get my mallet over here, and we're just going to punch these holes. Now I'm going to show you this little tool here. And okay, we got all the way through. And this little tool, this is called a screw punch. And basically it works by, when you push it, the handle twists and this little die cuts. So you can just put it on your material and just give it a push, and it cuts a nice clean hole. There you go. Okay, so now that we've got our holes punched and they go through mostly, that's enough. Now we're going to set up our eyelets here. Now when you have your eyelets, you're going to see two pieces, and you've got the eyelet face, which has the long shaft on it, right? And then you've got the washer for the back. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and we're going to push this through from the outside to the inside. Okay, get that extra little piece out of there. Okay, and now we're going to put the washer on the back. Okay, and there's the washer. Now we're going to take our setting arbor, and then we're going to take our setting punch and put that on the shaft there. And I'll show you just on this cutting board we can do it, but I'm going to actually, let's do this. Sorry. Let's slide those over there, and I'm going to get this piece of metal here. If you've got a bench vise or solid piece of metal, that'll make this go a little bit nicer, a little cleaner, a little faster. Okay, so now that we're set up on the press, oops, don't let that one get away. They see these little things, they tend to dance around. So we'll get that rivet back in place. Put that, and we're just going to give this we're not going to hit it too hard. We're just going to give it a couple of good taps. And there, look at that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these, and we'll show you what it looks like in the end. And look at that. All right, folks, that's how you set eyelets. And we're gonna do the other side of the shoe, and we got to do the whole other side. So stay tuned for that.